Sandcasting. Sandcasting, also known as sand molded casting, is a metal casting process characterized by using sand as the mold material. It is relatively cheap and sufficiently refractory even for steel foundry use. A suitable bonding agent is a mixed or occur with the sand. The mixture is moistened with water to develop strength and plasticity of the clay and to make the aggregate suitable for molding. Basic steps in making sand casting. Number 1. Pattern making. Pattern are required to make molds. The mold is made by packing molding sand around the pattern. The mold is usually made in two parts so that the pattern. Number 2. If the casting is to be hollow, additional patterns referred to as core boxes are needed to sleep at the sandworms or cores that are placed in the mold cavity to form the interior surface and sometimes the external surfaces as well of the casting. Thus, the void between the mold and core eventually become the casting. Third one, molding is the operation necessary to prepare a mold for the receiving the metal. It consists of framing and around the pattern placed in spoon or flask, removing the pattern, setting core in place, and creating the getting fitting system to direct the metal into the mold cavity created by the pattern, either by cutting into the mold by hand or by including it on the pattern, which is most commonly used. Fourth one, melting and pouring are the processes of preparing molten metal of the proper composition and temperature and pouring this into the mold and transfer ladles. Fifth one, cleaning include all the operation required to remove the gates and riser that constitute the getting feeding system and to remove the adhering sand, scale, parting fins, and other original material that must be removed before the casting is ready for shipment. What is casting defects? It is an unwanted irregularities that appear only in the casting during metal casting process. There is various reason of sources which is responsible for the defects in the cast metal. Here in this section we will discuss all the major types of casting defects. Some of the defects produced may be neglected or tolerated, and some are not acceptable. It must be eliminated for better functioning of the parts. Types of casting defects. Casting defects can be characterized into five types: neck, gas porosity, blowholes, open holes, pinholes. Number two, shrinkage defects, shrinkage cavity. Number 3, mold material defects, cut and washes, swell drops, metal penetration. Number 4, pouring metal defects, cold shuts, misrun, slag inclusion. Number 5, metallurgical defects, hot tears, hot spot. Number 1, shaped or mishatch. The defect caused due to misalignment of upper and lower part of the casting and misplacement of the core in parting line. Cause number 1, improper alignment of upper and lower part during mold preparation. Number 2, misalignment of flask. A flask is type of tool which is used to continue mold in metal casting. It may be skewer, long and rectangular or any conventional. Remedies. Number 1, proper alignment of the pattern on die part. Molding boxes. Correct mounting of pattern on pattern plates. Number 2, check the alignment of line. Number 2, swell. It is the enlargement of the mold cavity because of the molten metal pressure, which result in localized or overall enlargement of the casting. Causes. Number 1, defective or improper ramming of the mold. Remedies. Number 1, the sand should be rammed properly and evenly. Third one is blowholes. When gas is entrapped on the surface of the casting due to solidifying metal, a rounded or oval cavity is formed called as blowhole. These defects are always present in the top part of the mold. Causes. Number 1, excessive moisture in the sand. Number 2, low permeability of the sand. Number 3, sand grain are put too fine. Number 4, too hard rammed sand. Number 5, insufficient venting is provided. Drops defect occur when there is cracking on the upper surface of the sand and sand pieces fall into the molten metal. Drops causes soft ramming and low strength of sand. Insufficient fluxing of metal. Fluxing means addition of a substance in a metal to remove impurities. After fluxing, the impurities from the molten metal can be easily removed. Drops. Insufficient reinforcement of sand-proof action in the core. Remedies. Sand of high strength should be used with proper ramming, neither too hard nor soft. There should be proper fluxing of molten metal so the impurities present in molten metal is removed easily before pouring it into the mold. Third one, sufficient reinforcement of the sand projection in. They are very small holes, about oxide which appears on the surface of the casting. This effect happens because of the dissolution of the hydrogen gases in the molten metal. When the molten metal is poured in the mold cavity and as it starts to solidify, the solubility of the hydrogen gas decreases and it starts escaping out of the molten metal, leaves behind small number of holes called as pinholes. Pinholes causes use of high moisture content set absorption of hydrogen or carbon monoxide gas by molten metal. Number pouring of steel from weight ladle or not sufficiently gasified sand remedies by reducing the moisture content of the molten sand. Good fluxing and melting particles should be used. Increases permeability of the sand by doing rapid rate of solidification. Misrun when the molten metal solidify before completely filling the mold cavity and leaves a space in the mold called as misrun causes low fluidity of the molten metal, low temperature of the molten metal, which decreases its fluidity to thin section and improper getting system remedies, increasing the pouring temperature of the molten metal, increases the fluidity, proper getting system to thin section is a slag inclusion. This defect is caused when the molten metal containing slag particles is poured in the mold cavity and it gets solidifies. Slag inclusion causes number one, the presence of slag in the molten metal. Remedies remove the slag particles from the molten metal